Welcome to Tips and Tricks for Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. First of all, there are fast travel signs, which allow you to travel almost instantly between different places. You can discover those signs or buy maps from merchants. These are fast travel signs. You can travel there instantly, almost instantly. There will be a loading screen. Secondly, these are notice boards, where you can find different quests or locations. Basically points of interest. I would advise to read them all and accept what you want, and by that you will unlock markers on your map, which you can later investigate. And notice boards on map looks like this. If there are some unread quests or messages, you will see exclamation mark right next to this icon. Also in Glossary you have Bestiary, tutorial, characters crafting. Crafting is just diagrams of what you can craft, so you can check out if you have required ingredients. Under characters you can see all characters met, so if you forget somebody you can go there and check who is who. Tutorial has information about basic game mechanics. And under Bestiary you can see information about different monsters. So if you cannot kill enemy, come here, read information. In example, which bombs, which oils and which signs are best against berserkers or wolves. So if you encounter enemy that you cannot kill, check the bestiary and prepare Geralt for facing this enemy. Under Alchemy you can brew different potions, but you need to have diagram and correct ingredients. You need to brew potion only once. You can buy different ingredients from merchants, collect plants and herbs while you are exploring around, gather ingredients from killed monsters, and of course you can loot stuff. Inventory. Here you can manage all items you have. Swords are very important because they deal damage. So I would highly recommend you to keep your swords in good condition. You can repair your swords and gear at blacksmith or armorers. It will cost you of course, but it's very important that you always have swords in good condition. But also you can carry with you armor and weapon repair kits. So you can repair your gear anytime, any place. Even in the middle of fight you can repair your sword. Let me show how to use amateur repair kit on my sword, which currently is at 92%. This kit will repair your sword for 15%, so just apply it. Under second tab you can find all usable items like bombs and potions, as well as drinks and food if you have any. If you have diagram and all necessary ingredients you can make potions under Alchemy screen. Diagrams can be bought from merchants, as well as found with other items when you are looting chests. But you don't need potions to kill enemies, it will help definitely. Usually I come here only if I have problems killing enemies, if they are much higher level than me, or very powerful foes. But some potions are very useful outside combat, like Killer Whale, which will allow you to stay longer underwater, or Cat, which allow you to see in darkness and in underground caves. But of course, most important potions are ones that will help you regenerate vitality, or allow you to do bigger damage with your weapons. Potion of Clearance will restore your ability points, so if you want to reset your ability points, you just need to drink it. Also trophies, you can equip your horse. I have 5% bonus experience from monsters, but there are different. Saddlebags will increase maximum amount of items you can carry, and if you carry more items than you are allowed, you will not be able to use fast travel. And saddle is for horse stamina, so you can ride faster for longer period of time. And horse blinders, that will help your horse not to become scared too easily. But there is a potion which will make your horse immune to all fear. So if you are stuck, just check what potions you have at your disposal. The fun part is you don't need to create more than once. And if you used any potion or bomb, you don't need to create it again. You go to meditation, set any time. And as you see, Dwarven Spirit, strong alcohol was used to replenish alchemy items. So by meditating you will have full stock of bombs and potions right away. You can't do that in fight. And regarding the quests, I would advise you to complete quests when you are close to suggested level of quests. Not too high and not too low. Too high because it will be very hard, and too low because it will be very easy and completely not interesting. Now let's go to character. This is one of the most important windows because you can develop your character depending on your playstyle and even make some very extreme setups. First tab is Combat, then Science, Alchemy, General and Mutagens. When you level up you gain new ability points as well as when you visit Force of Power, which you can find all around the Witcher world. And you invest those abilities into whatever you like. And it's not a tree, you can invest in whichever level you want. In example, for level 3 you need to invest 18 points, after that you can learn any of level 3 abilities. But if you invest 28 points you can learn any level 4 abilities. And keep in mind, if you learn any ability you will not be able to use it right away. You will have to, let me put 1 point here, you will have to add newly learned ability to empty slot on your right. An example, this one. And these are mutagens. Add the right color ones and you will increase greatly your ability power. So always check if you have any mutagen and group your abilities by their class. If I take it off, you see no bonus. But if I add it back, where is my greater blue mutagen? Plus 10% intensity, and if I add it, Sign intensity plus 40%. Same goes for greater red mutagen for combat plus 10% attack power, so you will get a nice bonus on top of your abilities. Blue mutagen is for science and green mutagen is for potions. So if you want to build your character to use a lot of potions, you need green mutagen. And if you mess up, you always can use potion of clearance. By drinking that, you will get back all your invested ability points and can redistribute them again. But keep in mind that you will have to add all abilities you've learned to your character slots, the same as mutagens. Only then you can use them. You will start the game with only several slots available, and higher the level you reach, more slots will be open for you. So maximum it's 12 slots with 4 mutagens. So choose and pick your abilities carefully. And never forget to add your learned abilities. Let me show you my preferred way of earning money. I think it's the best way. When you read information on notice boards, you will have a lot of points of interest and you can explore them. But fastest way to gain experience is to play main quest. But for money gaining best is to visit all smuggler's cache you can find. It's also the easiest because you can one-shot kill from your crossbow most underwater enemies. So don't worry, it's pretty easy. And usually smuggler's cache contains 3 chests, all full of goodies, so imagine how much money you can get for those. And you will fill your inventory very fast. But that is exactly what we are looking for. Also remember to sell swords to blacksmith and armor to armorers to get more money. At Smuggler's Cache you can find some rare weapons, diagrams, better horse equipment, and you don't even need to dive to shoot and kill enemies. You can shoot with your crossbow even while you are driving your boat. Simple as that. And for some reason crossbow ammo is unlimited, so you will always be able to kill enemies with crossbow. And killer whale, increase breath supply while underwater by 50%. It might be useful in some cases. Also remember to save your game frequently. Also by saving you can fix any boat. If your boat is damaged, just save load and you will have completely new fresh fixed boat. Fiend decoction also is very useful potion because it will add 20 to maximum amount you can carry. So you can carry more. It's temporary. In my case it didn't help because even with this potion I was over my limit. And this is how you fast travel with boat. You need to find harbor. But if you are carrying more than you are supposed to, you will not be able to fast travel. so you must drop something before you can fast travel. And you can fast travel even to other regions by boat. You just find harbor, and you can go there from any place you are if you are in a boat. And this is how you can use Witcher Sense to solve puzzles sometimes. The red is not right, the yellow is right position. Never underestimate enhancing your weapons and armor. As you see, 1.3k, 909, and now let's use for 15 minutes enhanced armor, enhanced weapons. And it gave me 10% boost for each sword and 20% for armor, very useful. You can find those a lot of places. Magic Trap can bring down flying enemies. Of course, you can use crossbow as well. And even against strong enemies you can use Ard Sign to knock them down and one kill shot. Fire is very effective. I almost did not use fire because of its power, but if you have problems, try fire, as fire might help greatly against tough enemies. If you have any trouble, always check Bestiary to learn about enemy weaknesses. Also, I did not use this much, but if you are riding a horse, you can kill very powerful enemies pretty easily, sometimes with even one hit. And you can even drink a potion that will make your horse fearless. Let me show you Magic Trap in work. It's very effective against some enemies because it breaks their attack. So set the trap, and each time it hits enemy, it will stop. So if you find the right rhythm, you can keep hitting enemy. And this is toughest enemy I've encountered in this game. Even the final fights were much easier than this. When you encounter very tough or strong enemy, learn its routine, learn its weaknesses, and then you can figure out tactics which works best against this particular enemy. If you have ability to melt armor, use fire to do this. And if you have learned Gwen Shield, you can replenish vitality with this. So just learn how they are moving. If they are teleporting, you roll away. And if they attack, yes, learn how to avoid an attack from behind. The attack from behind deals the most damage. And that is also true about you. So if you expose your back, enemy will do more damage to you. So be careful. You can't do anything now, you just can roll away each time he teleports. And just wait for your moment to strike. When he loses stamina, he will freeze for a second, and this is when you should strike. This was really the hardest fight I had. And let me show you Arch Griffin Decoction. If any stamina available, strong attacks consume all of it and reduce the enemy vitality by 10%. So basically, no matter how much vitality enemy has, if you have stamina after you perform strong attack, enemy will lose 10%. Sounds great. I will attack 6 levels stronger Cyclope. Magic traps don't do almost anything to those. It will not break his attack, magic circle will not slow it, it's more like a nuisance for Cyclope. But when you are fighting against much stronger enemies, you must be really careful, because one mistake and you are pretty much done. That's why when I fight stronger enemies, I take more risks in the beginning of fight, and when enemy has very low vitality, I'm trying to play it much safer, like hit only once and then retreat, come back, hit once and again retreat. It takes some time, but at least I'm not dying when enemy is almost dead. And if you can't kill them one way, check bestiary to see which signs and potions you can use, which bombs. In Witcher 3 you can kill much stronger enemies, but you must be very careful. Use all tools at your disposal, signs, potions, bombs. Upgrade your gear, maybe even enhance your weapons and armor before the fight starts. Make sure that your weapons are close to 100%, so you will not have surprises. Make sure you meditate before important fights, so you will have full load of potions and bombs. I did not develop my character for potions, so my toxicity was very low, and because I used Archgriffin decoction, restoring vitality got my toxicity way above its limit, and if your toxicity is above your limit, you will slowly start losing health. But it's no big deal because enemy is close to dying. Just be careful not to exceed your toxicity levels. And like I said, in the end, probably it's best not to take any risks. One hit and roll away. And try always to hit enemies from behind, it deals the most damage. Those are my tips and tricks after I've completed Witcher 3 game. Hope you learned at least something new.